Welcome back, students, to Accounting 2402. This is Principles of Managerial Accounting. This is Dr. Mercado speaking, and I hope all of you are having a fabulous week, okay? Now, this week is going to be a little bit unconventional. We're not going to be covering a chapter. Rather, we're going to be working on our group project number 1, which deals with budgets, okay? So that is what this little short video is going to entail. This lecture is going to provide you with the assignment instructions, the group distribution, all of the information you need to be able to complete your group project, okay? Now, this is week number 11. Week number 11 runs from March the 29th through April the 4th, okay? So, what are we going to do this week? This week we have one group project which deals with budgeting, okay? We did cover budgets. Let me see. Let me get my syllabus out. Budgets were covered in week number 10. So we are going to continue with the budgeting concepts in week number 11, but now we're going to be applying what was learned in week number 10 to an actual scenario, okay? And we're going to work as a team to be able to complete these budgets and do the necessary analysis, okay? Now, it's important to note that this is a short week, okay? We do have a semester break running from Thursday through Sunday, okay? The college will be closed, but I will have this assignment due until Sunday. So students have all week up to Sunday to complete it. The assignment is due on Sunday, April the 4th at 11 p.m. Now, I did make the assignment instructions and the group distribution available to you midweek of week number 10. That way, as a group, you could start coordinating and working together on the assignment since last week, okay? Because I don't want students to complain, well, miss, we only had a short period of time. The instructions, along with the group distribution, were assigned or issued out to you since week 10, so you have plenty of time to collaborate and communicate with each other so you could be able to complete the assignment on time, okay? Now, let me jump over to Blackboard, okay? Let me go and find my week number 11. Here we go. So week number 11, we've got our group project number 1, which deals with budgeting. And I did post an announcement that the college is going to be closed Thursday through Sunday. If you click on the link, it's going to take you to the assignment. There's only one assignment. This is where you're going to be submitting it or uploading it. If you click the underline down here, it's going to open up another page. And then here you can just select, you're going to browse your files, select the file, and then attach it, and then it'll get submitted to me, and then I'll grade the file, okay? I do need an Excel version submitted. I don't want you PDFing anything. I don't want you doing any of that. I'm providing you with an Excel file. You need to enter all of the information in the Excel file, save it, and then send it over to me in Excel format, okay? Now, what does this project entail, okay? Let me go back. Okay, the instructions were provided to you since last week, along with the group member list. Okay, so let's start off with the group member list. Now, these are the students that are still enrolled in my class. As of the date that I created the group distribution, these students were still enrolled in the class, okay? Some groups have 5 students, other groups have 6 students, okay? It just depends. I needed to put you in groups. I have 5 groups in total. And the names of each of the students that belong to each of the groups are outlined in the member list. Okay. Now, it is the student's responsibility to reach out to the rest of your classmates. Please respond timely to any inquiries that you received. Share your phone numbers or the method that you're going to be communicating with, WhatsApp, whatever the case might be. So these are going to be your groups. So I've got group number 1. I've got Erin Osiata, Lorenda Vela, Angela Villalobos, Robert Ruiz, Christian Sanchez, and Iris Rebolledo. Group number 2, I've got Avril Amador, Tanya Ecker, Esperanza Garza, Kimberly Clark, and Miguel Estrada. Okay. Group number 3, I've got Sandra Mijares Arriaga, Eileen Licao Gonzalez, Jacqueline Sarmiento, Blandina Vera, Edwin Enriquez, Emiliano Hinojosa. Group number 4, I've got Karen Prado, Priscilla Flores, Juan Munoz, Cynthia Salazar, and Jacqueline Suarez. And our last group, group number 5, we've got Jacqueline Mendoza, Janelli Del Ángel Hernández, Daniela Salinas, Alexa Ansaldúa, Leslie Ibáñez, and Juvia Lerma. These are your group members, okay? The list is provided, that way you can reach out to them. How do you reach out to your group members initially? You can always send them a Blackboard message. After they respond to your Blackboard message, then you can decide as a group, well, how are we going to communicate? Okay, there's so many avenues to communicate nowadays. Then you all decide how, as a group, you're going to be collaborating with each other, okay? So that is made available. I also have the group project instructions and templates, okay? And I've got that file open, okay? This is what it looks like, okay? You're going to type in the name of the group members that are in your group. Now, this is super important. Only include the name of the group members that actively helped, participated, collaborated in the assignment. If a group member did not do anything, did not participate, did not contribute to the group project, then do not include their name here, okay? I will only give the assignment points to the group members listed in this list, okay? So you as a group have to decide, did this student participate enough to be given the points? Did they help us brainstorm? Did they complete it or assist in completing any of the requirements? As a group, you decide whose name is going to appear or not appear on your group member list, okay? But just a reminder, if a name is included here, I'm going to assume that they participated, you're okay with it, and they're going to be issued the assignment points, okay? Then I'm going to go ahead. This is what we're going to be completing. We're going to be completing several budgets for gold medal athletics. We're going to prepare a sales budget, a production budget, a direct materials purchases budget, a direct labor cost budget, a factory overhead cost budget, a cost of goods sold budget, a selling and admin expense budget, and a budgeted income statement for the specific month, okay? So we'll go over that in a bit, but we're preparing 8 different requirements, okay? In addition to the requirements, you are going to have critical thinking questions, okay? You're going to have 4 critical thinking questions, and I'll go over those in a bit with you, okay? So, the first tab number 2 includes the data. This is the information that you need to be able to compile or complete the budgets requested, okay? So this is just information that you need for the different requirements to be able to prepare your budget. So this is just data that you need, print it out, and then once you're in the process of preparing your budgets, this is what you're going to be using to prepare those budgets, okay? Next, we jump to the Excel template. This is where you're going to be completing the budgets. I've already set them up for you. I've even given you some of the answers. Everything in gray is a solution. That way you know if you're in the right track or in the wrong track, okay? And that way you can go back and make any necessary corrections, okay? So you're going to be using the information in tab number 2, which is the assignment data, to complete the below budgets. You're going to enter the information in all cells highlighted in green. Missing data includes numbers or headings. Some of the information highlighted in gray has been made available to provide guidance. Okay, so I gave you those numbers. Those are key numbers. That way, as you're working the problem, you need to, make sure that those numbers make sense. So it's there to assist you in ensuring that you're going the right path. So you're going to be completing the sales budget, the production budget, and so on and so forth. All of the budgets are included here. They've been set up for you. Just basically fill in the blanks. Okay, you're going to be filling in the blanks for anything that is green. Okay, anything that is green, whether it be a title or a number, you're going to be entering it. So be very careful that you don't forget to enter all of this information in green. Okay. So these are all of the templates that you are going to be using to complete your budgets. Now, I know students love to split their work, okay? You do the sales budget, you do the production budget, blah, blah, blah. That works wonders in other classes or in other problems. But when we're dealing with budgets, you need to have the first budget correct before you move on to the next budget. Okay, and all of the budgets are interrelated, so information from one feeds to the next. So here, I recommend that you don't work on it or you don't split the project into the different individuals, because then if a mistake was made in the first budget, then everything else is going to be incorrect. Okay, so just I would recommend you get together, make some time, get together as a group, either in person or via, the computer or your phones, to be able to discuss, brainstorm, and maybe work on the project together. Okay. So these are the templates. This is where you're going to be filling in all of the information, okay? Now, the last tab we have is critical thinking, okay? It is very important that all students participate in gathering information, okay? And you can gather information from any source. You're not limited to your textbook. You can go online and search for the specific requirements, okay? The answer for each of the questions must be in a well-written format, and it must be at a minimum 150 words. Okay, I do count the words, so make sure that you do have the 150 word minimum, and you should not have any issues reaching that 150 because there's just so much information that you can include in your critical thinking requirements. Okay, information can be utilized from any source. Please ensure to cite all of your sources within your response using APA style. So I went ahead and I included an example that says the major components of the operating budget include, and then you list them. And then at the end, you put your notation or your citation there. You know what? This information is coming from where in Riva and Duca, okay? Please communicate with each other. That way, this is a group project. This is not an individual project. I've had students come up to me and say, well, miss, I did the second part and all of it was correct, but my group members messed up, and because of them, I failed. Well, it's not because of them. It's because as a group, we are responsible to work together, to collaborate, to review each other's work, okay? Constructive criticism, as long as we are being respectful of others, it is to the best interest that we review each other's work, okay? So, critical thinking. There's 4 critical thinking questions. The first one is to identify and explain. And students have an issue with explaining, okay? Yes, you can list the major components of the operating budget. That is awesome. But can you explain them? Okay? You need to go back and figure out what makes up an operating budget and explain each of the major components in the operating budget, okay? Here for the second requirement, we're going to explain the interrelationships among the various components of the operating budget. So this is basically how does the information of one budget relate or affect the information utilized in the preceding budgets. Explain the relationship between the different budgets and how they make up the entire operating budget, okay? So here we're dealing with operating budgets. So it's very important that you read, you analyze the information so you can give a full description about this. It says explain. The key word is explain. So you're going to explain the relationship among the various components of the operating budget. Okay. So you have to go back and retrace. Well, the different operating budget components are these, and this is how the first budget affects the second budget, how the second budget affects the third budget, and it just trickles down, okay? So it's a matter of explaining the components of the operating budget. The third question is to define and explain, and the key word is operational and capital budgeting, okay? It's not operations budget, it's operational, okay? So make sure that we read carefully. I've had students give me very weird definitions, so make sure that we understand it is operational and capital budgeting, okay? 2 different budgets, okay? And then last but not least, I've got explain the roles of operational and capital budget in planning, controlling, and decision making, okay? So those are the 4 critical thinking questions that need to be addressed, as well as your Excel templates. Please make sure by now you should have established communication with your group members, because I did provide the list to you all last week. So, and I know this week is a short week, so please make sure that you get as much done. That way you complete the assignment and you get to enjoy your 4-day holiday here for the semester break. Okay? So that's what's going to be going down for this assignment. The first one are the instructions. Remember, only the names of the group members that appear. This is the data you're going to be needing. These are the templates that you're going to be filling in. And then this is where you're going to be completing your critical thinking questions. Okay? Now let me jump back to Blackboard. When you are done, remember this is where you're going to select the budgets. You're going to I'm going to go ahead and select it. You're going to browse your file and you're going to upload it. Okay. Something very important. Okay. This assignment is due on Sunday, April the 4th, 2021 at 11 p.m. Okay. I placed the students in the groups. You all did not get to choose. Okay. Because that's how it works in the workforce. You have to work with whoever it is that you're assigned to, whether you like them or not. Okay. So we need to improve communicating with others, helping each other, establishing a relationship, okay, with your classmates. That way you can get these projects done. And in the future, if you have any questions, you can reach out to them for assistance, okay? Each group needs to designate a group member that is going to be responsible for submitting the final project. I only want one submission per group, okay? So as a group, when you've reviewed all of the work, you feel comfortable with it, then the file can be uploaded and submitted for grading, okay? So just know that one group member must be responsible to submit the final project, okay? Very important, only include the names of the students that participated in the final group project. Only the students' names listed on the final assignment will be issued the assignment points, okay? So please make sure that you include the names of only the group members that participated. Okay, we need to learn to deal with those students or those people that don't like to pitch in and collaborate. Okay, if you have a student that is not willing or able, or just does not want to be part of the group project, then you can just exclude them and just put a notation there. Peter Pan did not participate in the project because he did not feel like it. He thought it was too much work, so he didn't even contribute at all. Okay, that way I know, well, Peter Pan didn't get any points because he did not participate in any of the brainstorming sessions, creating the different or preparing the different budgets. It's 100 points. It's 10% of your overall grade. This is an important project. It'll help you out a lot. It's not difficult. Open book, open notes. You've got your group members that can assist you. Please give it your all, okay? The area that I find more students struggle with on this group project is not so much on preparing the budgets, but the critical thinking. Students have issues thinking critically, okay? They want everything black and white. But in accounting, it's a lot of analysis. So please be very extra cautious when you're doing your critical thinking. Make sure it makes sense. Make sure it is well organized, making it easier for your audience to review. That is basically the group project. Remember, you are going to be submitting it. It's worth 100 points. You're going to be submitting it in Blackboard. I will not be accepting the group project via email. It has to be uploaded into the Blackboard assignment that I created here, which is where you select the link and then you are prompted to attach a file. Okay. You've got the group member list provided. You've got the instructions and the templates provided so you can complete the project. So it should not be very difficult, okay? So that is basically it for lecture for week number 11. I hope all of you have a wonderful semester break. And I hope all of you work hard on this project, get it done before the break. That way you can enjoy that break with your family and friends, okay? Please be very careful out there. Stay safe. And if you have any questions during week number 11, I will be available Monday through Wednesday only. Okay. Thursday through Sunday, I will not be available because the college is closed. So if you have any questions or concerns or need any of the requirements clarified for you, please reach out to me Monday through Wednesday. Okay. So that is basically it for this lecture. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you.